It is not my day. It is not my day. Yesterday, I discussed some of the things that happened whenever I had to swerve to miss a deer. And amongst those things, it messed up my lights in the back. And I just chose not to replace them because I have other options for now and it's fine. Today, I discovered 2 more things that are no longer functional as a result of that abrupt stop that turned into like tossing everything forward slightly, despite most things being fine. 2 things. This power station right here uses a specific cord, and yesterday that cord was sitting in the front seat whenever everything got tossed, and something hit it from the front seat. It was my water bottle, and it was just down in my little cup holder, and in doing so, it messed up the little plug that actually goes in the input. So when I went to go plug it in today, it did not work. Now, as you can imagine, I thought at first that that was probably a DC issue, and I was like, oh no, I blew a fuse, which I have fuses. They're up on the roof, that's fine. It was not though. I tested something else out, it worked just fine. So it was not, in fact, the DC, it was the actual plug. And the plug I keep in my center console area so that I can use it, and it's tucked away. But what happened was the water bottle, whenever I jolted forward, it fell into the cord in just such a perfect way that it just dented it ever so much. So now it is no longer a functional cord. Fortunately, I do have another cord that I can use. So I am using that one, and I can also use the regular traditional like wall plug through a converter that I have. Okay, cool. That one I could solve. The lights still messed up, but there's one that I can't solve. I'm gonna have to replace something in my van. This guy, it's not supposed to do this. Whee! I may be able to get away with this for a few more days. We'll see. But man, this is why I don't like to drive at night. If I would have been driving during the day, I would have likely not had the deer coming out, because they just don't come out as much during the day unless you're in a very populated area, in which case it's fine. You're expecting it. It was the 4-lane highway. Oh, so I can see that I'm likely going to have to ship something to an Amazon Dropbox somewhere in the future when it comes to the cord, because you can't just buy these cords. You have to order them. They don't have them at just like Walmart. They might have them at like Best Buy or something, but I don't know that there's a Best Buy anywhere near where I'm going to be. So I might start looking on Amazon to see if I can at least replace the cord, possibly find a different light source. Okay, trash time. Yes. Okay, here we go. Goodbye, trash. And now it's time to hit the road. I have a bit to drive today. But I'm debating on if I should stop by the Dollar Tree that I missed out on yesterday. Maybe. Okay, there it is. I'm going to the Dollar Tree. I normally do not make it a point to make this much effort just to go to a Dollar Tree, but those little tiny sandwich things were so worth it, and they were really helpful while I was navigating through the 2 national parks, because I was able to have a hot lunch in the Road Pro without it being like an all-day event. I could just pop something in and like 20 minutes later it's ready, and they tasted pretty good, especially the spicy chicken. The spicy chicken was delightful, and I could jazz it up with other things. I could put like lettuce on there if I wanted to. I could put sauce on there. It was really tasty, and for only $1. Okay, I just assessed space. There's not a ton of room, but there's enough to put some stuff, so let's do this. With this being a newer store, I might also find some other things, so I'll look around the regular section, but first the frozen. Fully stocked. We love that. They have 4 of them. I'm grabbing them. This is why we look around. Anything else? Okay, bags are secured. I'm gonna go ahead and break down all of my packaging and put these things in the freezer. Now these go in the refrigerator. Going to use this bag as my new trash bag. Boxes are all collapsed, and now I'm gonna fold them so they take up very little room in my trash. Time to put the fridge back in place. And I got everything moved around a little bit weird right now, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay. I got these sunglasses to replace my sunglasses that were kind of messing up that I didn't bring with me. I'm not gonna take the labels off of them, but I am gonna put them with the other sunglasses. And we're ready. The freezer is absolutely at capacity now, so I can't get anything else, but that should get me through all of the weird days where I need stuff. Air is blasting, map is up. It says it's about 3 hours and 48 minutes away, so it is time. We're off to Kalispell. We're gonna go see Charles and Toni, and I am so excited. I haven't seen them since Vanmas. Wow. It's amazing, like our nomad friends that we meet along the way, we all come from such various places, and so you can go a long span of time and not even realize you haven't seen them because like you have such great memories whenever you're together, and time just flies when you're a nomad. Like time is like no other whenever you are traveling. I have been gone for weeks right now, and it feels like I have done so many things, but when I look at the bigger like expanse of time of how long I've actually been out, it hasn't been that long considering how much that I've done. And I feel like that's a reflection of most nomads' lives. Your life just goes and you see so many things, and so you kind of lose track of things. If I didn't have videos that came out on certain days and not others, I would very frequently lose track of like dates. One last check. This looks like it's good to go. I should be able to charge this for about 30 minutes and it should be finished charging. And oh my goodness, since I'm going to be going to see friends, I think the proper song for today is Randy Newman, You Got a Friend in Me. Specifically, the Toy Story version. Yeah. Just a big blue clear sky today and a lot of highway to go. A lot of highway to go. I have never been to Kalispell, ever. I've heard great things about it. Charles and Toni have talked it up quite a bit, and so I'm very eager to get there, but at the same time, I have no idea what to expect. I know it's close to Glacier. I know there's a lot of cool museums. There's some neat, like, older communities. There's some ghost towns in the region, I believe. I have no idea, though, so I'm very interested to see what all I can get into. So buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah. The bug circus has begun. I came through this section and I started getting splats everywhere, so the windshield's pretty nasty again. The mountains are hazy looking, but awesome. There's been several interesting things along the way, so I'm just kind of making some notes. I am trying to get there before it gets too late in the day today. Otherwise, I would have stopped off at least 5 things already. There was a prison museum, there have been several historic stops, there have been several national forest spots. And so, you know, I will remember this because there's lots of options for after I leave here, because I don't really know where I'm going yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead and proceed into like Idaho, I'm going to go to Washington, if I'm going to stay in Montana. I'm at about half a tank, so I decided I would go ahead and stop off and get some gas. And gas is a little bit more expensive here, but I more so than anything just want to get closer to Kalispell. And because I don't know what the roads are going to be like, I like to be closer to the top than the bottom. So I just always kind of top off whenever I get an opportunity. Gas is $3.99 here, so super, super fun. You can just feel the heat rising off of the ground. It's 91 degrees here right now. It's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. Not quite as sticky as Texas, but pretty warm. It's not great still, but it is better than it was, and I can at least see again. Well, guys, we've hit some construction on the roadway, but don't worry, I have a really great view right now, so I'm not mad at it. I told Charles I would text him when I'm about 30 minutes out so that he can meet me at the property. I'm still an hour and 40 minutes away, so I've got some time. And it's just gonna keep on stacking up here because they have one of those lights set up. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but oh well, at least we have a beautiful lake view. And I mean, look at this. Look at this, it's so pretty. Okay, we finally got to going and it's pretty rough. The first part dropped off pretty severely. this is pavement, but it feels like it's really bumpy pavement. On the other side of this, more of those beautiful views though. It's just kind of like that awkward bumpy that like all of a sudden you'll be like, boom. It did get progressively worse. We just passed the entire work convoy. It looks like they're grading all of this right now. What is it that James Bond said? Shaken, not stirred. I definitely feel shaken right now. But everything looks like it's gonna be okay now. So we're gonna get going. An hour and 45 minutes now on the clock and 101 miles. So 101 miles. All of the forest has been beautiful as I've been driving. There's been so many national forest campgrounds along this road. This road that I'm on is Montana State Highway 83 North. And along this roadway, oh my goodness, just so many beautiful spots. I don't need camping tonight, obviously, but if I come back down this way, I might try out a couple of these. We'll see. They're paid campsites. I'm sure they also have some like dispersed camping in this area. I'll have to look up on iOverlander. The service is not the greatest through here, so I probably want to download the offline map and then also figure out where the campsites are kind of in advance. But yeah, this place is pretty incredible. It's not good at all. I'm not sure what's happening. Whenever I drove past, you couldn't really see a vehicle. Only the rescue vehicles. And there's like a culvert, so I'm wondering if they went off the road into like the culvert area. Okay, I found Swan Lake, but I'm not exactly sure where I'm supposed to pull off. He just said, go to Swan Lake. And all of the drives that I found through Swan Lake, like the community, were all marked private except for one. And it was a day use recreation area that led to a campground. The problem was it was packed. So I'm trying this pull off and then I'm gonna keep looking. This place is amazing. Okay, I just sat here for a few minutes and I had my lunch and oh, I feel like I could go into a little food coma now. This is the pro and con of stopping at a beautiful place. Like the sound of the water, I had the window down for just a moment. The sound of the water was just, you know, calming, super calming. And then I ate and now my belly is full and all I want to do is take a nap. That's not good. That's not good. I still have 37 miles of driving, which means that I need to let Charles know that I'm about to be there. He told me to let him know at 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to have service, so I'm actually 40 minutes away. So I think whenever I do take off from this point where I do have service, I'm going to go ahead and text him and let him know. And then I'm going to go over to the property, which is the hip camp, which I'll tell you guys about. I may show you a couple views and things like that, but I want to show you the camp in a little bit more detail. What is it that Willie says? On the road again? Just views? Check, check, check. Time with friends? Check. Really excited about that. I have been looking forward to this Montana trip. As soon as I discovered that I was going to be coming in this direction, I immediately reached out and was like, hey, I'm coming your way. If you're going to be there, that would be super cool if I could run into you. And they were like, of course. So this is going to be super fun. I'm very, very happy. It's always nice to be able to reconnect with people, and especially Charles and Toni. They're the kindest people. So it's going to be super, super fun. Miss the friends. Okay, I finally made it here and I found Charles and Toni. Hey! I went to the property already. We're gonna check that out in a little while, but I'm very excited. We're about to have some ice cream and this is a perfect way to wrap up my travels today. Nice and cool. We love that. Well, guys, it's been a long day. I got here and I just had a really good time. I didn't film a lot because I was just hanging out, catching up. So nice to see everybody again. I had such a good time. They took me to eat ice cream. We had huckleberry ice cream. Apparently everything here is huckleberry, so this should be interesting. Also, I ended up doing dinner at this really good place where I had this loaded mac and cheese. Oh my goodness. But more so, they had these little pork belly bites. They called them the PB&J because it has like this Thai peanut sauce and then also like this jam, and it's a huckleberry jam. It was so good. Kalispell's gonna be fun. This is gonna be super fun. Tomorrow we're going on a tour where we get to kind of scout out all sorts of different places, and then from there I'll figure out what all adventures we're gonna go on while we're here. And well, I don't know what's coming up. I have no idea. But it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me for the journey. So guess what? We're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. I'm gonna go to bed because I am sleepy. It's been a long day, and it doesn't get dark here until like 11:30 at night, like fully dark. So I am tired. Till next time, guys. Bye.